Okay, I just wanted to show you what the students are using in class at the moment. It's called OneNote. It's a Microsoft product, and it's basically the metaphor is that it's like a notebook where there are tabs along the top, and then inside each tab there are pages that you can go into. So at this point in time, we haven't got the functionality of allowing parents to see this, but hopefully that's something that will be improved in the future. So if you want to check in with what your students are doing at the moment in 11 English, just ask them if they can see the class note, if you can see, sorry, the class notebook, and you can see, what they're up to and what's happening in class. Now, because this is the teacher version, I can see all of the students in my class. Obviously, your child won't be able to see every other kid's work, so you will probably just have one name, or you won't probably, you will just have one name, a content library, and the collaboration space. So at the moment, what we're working on is the comparative skills unit. And in the comparative skills unit, we've been studying the film Gattaca by Andrew Niccol, directed by Andrew Niccol, and also the short story Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. And the students have to then compare and contrast how both of those texts approach a certain theme or topic or whatever the question is. So at the moment, you can keep track of what your child is doing in terms of how they're going with their practice pieces. So we've done our first practice sack, and every time they do a practice sack, this feedback tab will have some feedback for them in terms of how they went on the sack and where they need to improve. It'll tell them what skills they need to concentrate on, and it will give them a set of unique activities unique to them in terms of what they need to do to improve to take themselves to the next level. Now, the way we do that is we mark the sack, and we can generate what's called a Gutmann chart. And I've just blanked out the names just so you don't sort of see who the different kids are. But basically, the green boxes mean they've achieved a skill, the red boxes mean that they haven't achieved a skill. So very quickly I can start to group students and make sure that they're doing the relevant skills for them in terms of what they need to improve upon, rather than just sort of teaching the entire class skills that some kids are very good at and other kids need a lot of help with. So depending on how they went on the practice sack depends on what skills they need to work on. When they complete a skill, they're ticking the box to suggest that they've done it so that I can see what they're up to in class. If you're Iz's mum or dad, don't worry, she's been absent, which is why she hasn't done some of this stuff. But in the skills work tab, you can see these are the actual activities that they need to be getting on with. So whilst each activity's got a red box that says what do I need to do here, and step by step explains what the activity is about, usually there's something to read and then there's questions to answer, or there are examples of introductions, examples of what topic sentences should be like, examples of what supporting sentences are supposed to be doing with graphics, and there's usually explanations as to what's happening, and it's always linked to the rubric in terms of the skills that they need to achieve. Okay, so whilst this might not mean a lot to you, the students have gone through this and they understand broadly what these skills are, and we're working on them in class. So if you want to see where your students at, that's how you do it. What I have done in the past is I can also scan in whatever they've written, give them some written feedback, and with some of the pieces I might also do audio feedback. So very quickly find one like that. I think this is one here. So audio feedback, you can double click on the little headphones icon, and it will be me talking and explaining to the students how to improve something that they need to improve upon. In the content library is all the work that we do in class. I don't use PowerPoints or Compass anymore. It's all just basically in the content section. So all the activities and board notes that we've done on Gattaca, all the activities that they've supposed to have been doing on the way towards this point of the unit, Flowers for Algernon as well. You can see exactly what the students are doing in class. And then if you want to have a look at the rubric and how I'm marking them, you can see the rubric here as well. And this is the first time we've done this task, so we're building this, but you can click on the skills themselves and be taken to explanatory pages that explain how to structure the essay, you'd expect in an introduction, those sorts of things, and then other activities they can do, like how to deconstruct a question, and things like that. So all of the information that they need and that you can use as well if you want to support your students at home is up here on OneNote. If you've got any questions about how to use it, please let me know. Just one last feature I will show you. I'm starting to become a lot more efficient at seeing which students have completed work. So you can, using the class notebook, review student work really quickly, see which kids have done work by simply clicking through their names. I won't do that now to name and shame anyone, but basically you can see which kids have done which activities, and you can also see there that I've got different versions of activities that different kids have got. Not all kids have got the same activities because they have got different levels of skill achievement. So that's something I'll be keeping an eye on as well, and we'll be having to keep some kids back if they are not completing enough work in class or at home. If you'd like to contact me about any of this stuff, please don't hesitate to.